So one of the big challenges for digital video that we've been addressing today is how do you create supply chain transparency? And we believe there's 3 different levels to that. One is a policy level with tag and with ads.txt needing 100% compliance and implementation across the ecosystem. The second is ad fraud, with each individual site needing to implement technology to stamp out fraud. And the third one is brand safety, which is a bit more subjective and needs to be defined by the marketer and implemented by the publisher and the buying agents.
Last year, we had to pull investment away from some YouTube campaigns because of brand safety, specifically because we realized, hey, look at this ad, and suddenly he was talking about guns, or he was really directly connected with terrorists. So it's like, listen, we can't just do that. So the biggest challenge right now is how do I make sure my content's not advertised in kind of non-brand safe environments?
So the biggest challenges we face, I think, is just the fact that we've got about 3 seconds to catch a viewer's attention. People are deciding to engage within those 3 seconds. We've got about a 1/4 of a second to actually make them commit to the film. So it's figuring out how do we move away from some of those slow burn films into content that's going to grab you immediately, because we really want to make sure that we're making content that viewers are going to get through. And in this world where you're watching on your phone, you don't have a ton of time, we need to make sure that we're not putting great content out there that nobody's actually scrolling through.
You're starting to hear about fragmentation, about how many consumer choices there are, how many places they have to go for their content. But fast forward 2 or 3 more years, there could literally be thousands of streaming providers. There's no limit on them. It's same as in the early days of desktop and websites. It used to be hard to build a website, and then next thing you know, everybody's got a blog or a... Television is being democratized. So I think what needs to be still come to the fore is a way for users to discover content which is relevant to them, no matter which service it's available on, bringing that together in one place.
Fragmentation of data in the CTV space is one of the biggest problems that we have still in advertising. There's not enough data in the connected TV space, and when we do find pockets or segments of data for targeting or measurement, they're too fragmented based on the devices or the sources of the actual data.
I think for digital video and for OTT in specific, it's going to be the common metric. What everyone is judging success on, the strategies along with the unified metric, unified reach, unified frequency is something that we have a long way until we conquer, but I'm very confident as I see a lot more competition in the marketplace from vendors coming in trying to delineate where we need to go in that space.
There's still a bunch of problems. When we say video, again, it's sort of a overall term, and when you get down into the specifics of each channel of delivery, or measurements, or even just delivery of the ad itself, there's a lot of differences when you go channel by channel. And each one of those presents its own set of challenges. And I think when you start talking about what are the challenges of video overall, what you're really saying is how do you solve each one of these smaller challenges and then package it all together into something that could be compelling for an advertiser and really does sort of make sense for the consumer's perspective in terms of what they're receiving. And we need to make sure as an industry we value that consumer time.